just a bit. Okay. I'm just going to get started. Wait for some people to roll in. For those catching us on the replay crew, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Yes, yeah, Maki, I'm stealing one of your lines. It's a good line. But it has been a chaotic week. And this morning was no different. So I'm having a bit of a late start. Forgive me. Popular, I did an ongoing vote thing. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it again this week. It was an experiment where I was trying to see if I could get people to roll in by, doing a fan vote. Okay, well, what would you like to see drawn this week from cartoon? What do you want from DC, Marvel, classic TV show, what decade? And that was all going good until we got to the decade, until we got to the actual cartoon. But popular vote wound up being the 90s, a 90s TV show. And I see back in the 90s there was a resurgence of the classic Looney Tunes cartoon characters through this TV show, Bugs Bunny and Tweety show, which is honestly, it's for many of us, it's iconic. And somebody dropped in the combination. There was this bulldog and cat duo that kept appearing in a couple cartoons. And it's always this big burly bulldog, absolutely enamored with this teeny tiny little black and white kitty cat. And their names are Mark Anthony and Pussyfoot. So that is who we are drawing today. And yeah, I did get a bit started. And yes, I won't own some of this is traced out because I want to make sure I get the look right. Where we go from here is where we get into the more individual stuff. See, Pussyfoot, I discovered in the process of this, is actually Sylvester's sister. The fact that in every version of this cartoon that these two characters appear in, she always winds up sleeping on his back, and I find that adorable. And I admit, I'm mashing up two different because this is not a scene you will find directly. With their eyes open and all that. But she's just got the cutest eyes. So I had to take one of the scenes and play with it. And as you guys can see, I didn't tape it off. No desire. This one I'm okay if it winds up being a little more freeform. Big old tricky leg, back leg. So that. What do we get popping in here? Good morning, Grumpy. I should really put a ticker across the screen saying that I don't highlight for draw streams. I just gotta figure out how I need to phrase it, you know? I'm always obsessed with getting the wording right. You know what? They are actually, I have to admit, they are a lesser portrayed pair, but I do love them. I mean, one, she is absolutely adorable. There is no denying that. And I was surprised to find out she's Sylvester's sister. Saying that now that I've got somebody who can actually hear it. But the fact that he's this big old tough guy for any other animal but this teeny tiny kitten. He's a big old softie. I love it. Also the fact it's a bulldog, and I just love bulldogs. I always feel bad. Like, I see you saying it should be a given, but I always feel bad because any other stream I would happily highlight, but because I do eventually turn these into bite size, it winds up looking really weird otherwise. Yeah, I changed up his expression. Because this is, like I said, with both of their eyes open, him staring at her on his back. This is not this is not one you'll find. I definitely don't want to do the traditional tile floor that we do. We got DJ Lex in the house. Good morning. Good morning, David. You see, like I see, say lovable pair for completely different reasons. It's Fester and Twee, but it's family. That's Sylvester's little sister, and that was surprising as all get out for me to find out. Is that the dog always picking on Tom from Tom and Jerry? No, these are from the Looney Tunes. This is Mark Anthony and Pussyfoot, and they appear in a couple of the skits. What was the one? Hi. Let me look up because I had it pulled up. Where she's dumb. Life in me, I had it pulled up and now I can't find it. Feed the Kitty. That was pretty much the initial one. The episode Feed the Kitty, and like his owner was the female owner type. Keeps telling him, "Don't you bring one more thing into this house? Not one single thing." And sure enough, doesn't he see the cat and falls in love with her? So he spends a good chunk of it trying to hide this cat from the owner. Pretends it's a wind-up toy. Even winds up putting it in the flower container at one point. Of course, then the owner is going to make cookies, and he winds up thinking that the kitty is mixed in with the cookies because he doesn't see her climb out of the flower before the flower scooped. And if I was smart, I probably should have drawn the cookie cat too. But let's lighten this stuff up now that I've got the doesn't it? And I'm not drawing along today because I'm still cleaning up Lantern 6 to color it. It's okay. It's all good. Okay. I'm going to need, let's pick other colors. Easier if I have it lined up right. Okay, let's saturate up some brown. I'm going to initially hit up some Payne's Gray. Sky blue. I'm unsure, really on the fence as to what I want to do for the background. Because, yeah, the iconic look is this two-toned pink tile floor. But, well, that's more lining than I really have any desire to do. I'll figure out what I'm doing for the background for there. Tom and Jerry versus Sylvester and Tweety, which is the better cartoon? Honestly, I will lean towards Tom and Jerry in that one. I don't like Tweety. I don't care if it's an unpopular opinion or whatever. I don't like her. Him, her, whatever. I don't like that damn bird. That bird is a jerk. I always struggle with. Where the hell do I put my paint theory? That'll work for. Okay, I'm glad it's not just me. I was mildly, I mildly found Tweety funny when I was a kid, but as I got older, the more I realized Tweety instigates most of it. And, I can't in that case. I mean, if it was just Sylvester, trying to get some food or whatever, like being a normal cat thing, it'd be one thing. But there are a lot of episodes where he's trying to mind his own business, and Tweety starts it up like, "Oh, don't you want to eat me? And I'm gonna prove that you're a bad guy, Mr. Putty Tat." I did enjoy them more, but I gotta say, I have never been a Tweety fan myself either, which still surprises me, but I just know, yeah. Wile E. Coyote, I imagine getting crushed by boulders. Heard a lot, yeah. It's all Tweety's fault in general. Tweety would not last in a cartoon in real life, in no time ever. That is one of those, the cartoon laws that are in Looney Tunes. That would be a fun one just to sit down over a period of time or whatever and figure out, because of course everyone knows cartoon law number 1: you can walk on air so long as you don't look down. The tiny umbrella thing is always hilarious. Okay, let's go on with my Ready Your Brown. That'll be Van Dyke. For the call. This one actually has the potential to be a fairly simple one, which is a little refreshing. The one that could really mess you up about the Roadrunner Coyote. In real life, coyotes are faster. That was the one that messed me when I found out. Does his eyelids different? No, that's just about it for that shape. No, I may do a little. Yeah, her ears are pink. Okay, let's do a light shade of pink. I want this one quickly becoming my favorite. I know they do his eyes in black, but I don't care. Let's give him the dark brown for the eyes. Yeah, he's a cartoon character, but I can still give him a little bit of depth. See, Daffy and Bugs, they are definitely the more on the iconic classic side, as well as Elmer. I mean, everyone at this point knows the rabbit season, duck season. How much of our generation, the various generations, grew up getting their first introduction to opera through Bugs Bunny and Tweety. So cute. Duck always made me laugh. Yeah, Daffy is definitely one of those. Honestly, I think he carried the show more than Bugs. A lot of the time, a lot of the episodes, I really think he carried it more than Bugs did. Like, the Abominable Snowman. right there is a great example of one. Because, yeah, well, Bugs interacting with the snowman, fun. It's the fact that he kept thinking Daffy was a bunny is what made it even better. Hold on, I'll get to the chat in a second. Keep him saturated out so I can spread this stuff without it drawing weird. Okay. Warner clearly has the power of the Flash in the cartoons, because that saga would only last about half an episode. Real life, sure, yeah. Daffy's pretty dang funny. I never could pick between them because they both made me laugh so much. I was little and still today, yeah. Duck season, rabbit season. Cartoon and Merry Melodies remain awesome in my intro into classical music, some of which I later got to learn how to play on the cello. Really? On the cello, Peter and the Wolf. That's awesome. I could never get the hang of playing an instrument. I don't know if it's like I can read the notes. I can read them to sing them. But somehow translating it from what's on the page to my brain to another instrument, I didn't do one of these. Somehow it's just, I don't know, too much translation for me. What do I got here? Because I'm trying to catch up. Trying to keep up with the chat here. Little coward, yep. I'm from episode where Daffy breaks the fourth wall. Played trombone in the orchestra. You guys are awesome. Always fascinated by people who can play instruments. Like, I tried. I mean, I imagine school down in the States is really not that different when it comes to school up here, because they always sit and try to make people play instruments. A couple of years there. Grade 7 and 8 for me was when they did it. And don't get me wrong, I was excited too. You know, I even grabbed the saxophone to do it because I love jazz. But yeah, nope. It was awful. I tried. Choir is definitely more of my thing. Oh boy. Speaking of cute cats. Not too mad you're please for right now. I guess. Not like an instrument, you know. Musical, I could never do it. I've seen them forever. Right? Of all the cartoon ones, like the DVDs and stuff that I could see myself getting, and I'm doing a lot of purging lately, and that's a collection I could actually see having. I mean, the Ride of the Valkyrie one, or whatever it was called. That one, for me, will definitely always be on the soft spot iconic side. Because that was one of the few good moments we had with your dad. Because Saturday mornings, I would, of course, I'm a junkie for Saturday morning cartoons. So I would put them on some Looney Tunes while we were having our relaxing morning. And the one time that episode came on, where it was like that whole Wagner Ride of the Valkyries on. Now my spell magic helmet. Spell magic helmet. Magic helmet. Yes, and I will give you a simple. That whole thing. He would run around for forever afterwards, doing the kill the wabbit, and it was awesome. Let's see. What do you think about the DC cancellations? I admit, I panicked at first because I was hanging out in a live stream, in the chat of a live stream, when that happened, when all of that shit got released. And because there was just so little released initially, I mean, if you're going to release that kind of information, you know. But yeah, initially they made it sound like Gal Gadot was gone. It's hard. Thankfully she's not, but a little space, not as close as I would like it to be. Yeah, he hasn't been long. Oh wow. Morning, Trap. Yeah, but he was there for a few minutes. Seems like Patty Jenkins walked his loose face. A lot of what the rap was talking about seems like a mix of old and info. What we know, what we've been told at this point, and I take a lot of this with a grain of salt. Because I don't rule out that somebody is saying, will say one thing just to make themselves seem better. You know? Do I think there's validity? I do think there's validity in the likelihood that that they didn't like her script. That part I believe. I question how much of it is that she walked out just because they wanted rewrites. I don't know. She is an easy target to throw under the bus. Because, let's face it, not a lot of people liked Wonder Woman 84. I am openly one that did. And I did receive a lot of heat for that. Sad to hear most of the morning stopped. As it stands, from what I've heard, there really isn't anything much people know. Anyone who says anything concrete otherwise, it's not true. He had till January, till somewhere like mid-January, somewhere around there, to come up with his timeline. He's got a week. He's got to present it this week. Now, I may not be a Hollywood person, but I know if my boss said that, suddenly changed up how long I had to present something, I would be panicking a bit. Mind you, that's me. Sad to hear that news too. It'd be terrible if Cavill was gone just after announcing he was trying to be Superman again. The Rock fought for him. So I can't see him letting Cavill go. Will go lightly. Gunn has a lot of work to restore confidence. At this point, it's plausible they'll just throw whole movies out altogether. It's possible. Most likely. And what will happen is they will be judging how well The Flash and Aquaman do. At this point, reboot is likely inevitable. More likely, the future of DC is on the fans. You gotta support the actors, not just the producer. Ta-Nehisi. Clark Kent project died months ago. Oh yeah. And you know what? I'm grateful that one died off. Because there was way too much confusion about it. Yeah. And I kept trying to explain that to people because I had been following that project from word go. And the fact that there was also a separate one, I think at the time, I don't know if there was a separate one, or at least I think, because at that, there was starting at that point, there was just general confusion, even on my end. Because of the Michael B. Jordan project and that one. And he was very adamant on the fact he was not going to play a race swap Superman. That he would play Val-Zod. And the Ta-Nehisi Coates one, the way it was sounding was really sounding more Calvin Ellis. But again, everyone read one headline and just read a whole ton of stuff into it. They read the headline without reading the article type thing. And that seems to be a lot of problems lately. They read Black Superman and they thought they were just going to race swap him. And that really wasn't the case. But I understand Ta-Nehisi Coates he's enough controversy enough. Because Maki and I have had that conversation a few times. Alright, I'm not going to get him flat. Yeah, we definitely need to hear more. I'm not a huge fan of 101 AB4. Oh, choked on me. But I'm very reluctant to toss it. A lot on Patty's shoulders simply isn't fair. I do believe she is an easy target now. Yeah. She didn't want to let go of 2 major studios in a row. I think Patty can do it, but she knows the new direction isn't for her. She's still not working on Cleopatra. I don't know. Actually, I'm not sure. Technically, everyone can be replaced. But we all know how easy it is for a replacement to go completely wrong. Many of us will remember Clooney Batman, okay? I'll just leave it at that. For Patty Jenkins carved his step away from Rogue Squadron I blame more on KK and the inmates running the nut house at Lucasfilm. I admit, I do not follow that much anymore. I don't know much about anything that goes on at Disney because I just don't bother with it. I don't need to. You know, so many people. There's so many people online that are just happy. This feels like a complete contradiction in that statement. But are happy just to hate everything before it even comes out. And that's exhausting for me. And if it works for them, and for a lot of them it really does work, I don't beat it. I can't go on. I can't focus on that stuff. There's too much crap and that makes that just exhausting. We don't know what the last Snyderverse is at this point. I know rumor is, yes, I see you talking about turning Momoa into Lobo. That is the rumor. I have gone on record, and I will say it again. If you gave me the casting choice, I would be leaning towards Roman Reigns. I think he would make an excellent Lobo. I think Case fully blame, no doubt there. I doubt it would ever happen, but Momoa would be a good Kraven. I'm not sure who I'd pick for Kraven. Bud, can you find something else to scratch in here? They cannot be replaced. I feel like Gal would get one more Wonder Woman movie. Yep. New Year's, new time. Michael B. Jordan one doesn't seem to have been scrubbed thus far. People turn Patty Jenkins' treatment and turn down everything in place, which has been the case, Sometimes images can matter. Yes, it can. I don't blame you, it's for not following Disney news. It gets crazier as the months go by. And again, I don't want to throw shade at anybody. There's only so long I can hear about how J.J. Abrams destroyed Star Wars and The Last Jedi was trash. And Yeah. But that was also years ago. There are other things to be mad about. Can we move on at least there? You know? Most good candidate for Craven. I have zero confidence in Sony superheroes. So I'm not even sure to say Taylor Jason would be expected. It makes me sad, but I laugh at them. Disney News has made my head explode at least 3 times this month. Roman is bigger, but Momoa is sufficiently Jude, bro. Yeah. I also recognize and I have a reason for picking Roman. Not even just that he has that same look. He is starting to take more of the mentor role in WCW, which is standardly what happens when they start feeling the long-term side effects of wrestling. And that's when other projects start looking elsewhere. So I can see it. Fine line of trying to keep the black saturated enough. You can see the chat's jumping up. Chat definitely jumped on me. She's so cute. The hard part is going to be keeping him tan. We're trying to get that. Probably just going to try and work in some shading and stuff, which is not normal for a cartoon. They keep telling Cena and Batista have improved acting-wise. Why not Roman Reigns? Absolutely. I could see Roman as Lobo. Just wonder if he can act. That's one of the things I've noticed. Like, really, when you think about it, wrestling is just a different form of acting. It's aggressive acting. Probably need a good cast about carrying. You might. Yeah, probably. Mind him taking on a hero or a villain role. Reigns would be fine and sufficiently popular by now. Exactly. And again, that would pull another one that could pull in the eye candy thing, like Momoa, honestly, like The Rock, because he has his own female fan base. I love this painting you're making. This is taken from Looney Tunes cartoons. Actually, yes. Earlier in the week, because I have been struggling with inspiration lately. I have been, I did a series of fan votes, and honestly, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it again. It was just, I don't know. But, I started off by breaking down whether you wanted to do something DC, something Marvel, or whatever. And well, DC and Marvel were rolled out. Because I was ready, and I still might, do up a picture of M'Baku on the throne. But it came down to 90s cartoons. And I'm like, okay, we'll drop in cartoons you want. And somebody put in these two. I'm like, okay, well, it was popular in the 90s, so I guess it would count. Yeah, still fighting. Not getting the effect I want. Where was I? Brain stopped for a second there. And yeah, this was the one that, when I saw them, I was actually quite happy about this. I mean, one, I love bulldogs. But these two were such a fun combination. Because this giant hulking bulldog, absolutely enamored with this teeny tiny little tuxedo cat. And I kind of get it. I sit down for any length of time, and Kara will come and she will curl up on me. And it's the same thing. Anyone who's had a cat knows the rules. I'm sorry, it doesn't matter if the house is burning down. They're sitting. This is where they are now. You do not disturb them. I don't want to take them any darker than this. I don't want to do my normal shading because it's a cartoon. Can't see that working well. I'm on the fence. I know he'll look a lot better once I get the outlining and stuff done. I just need to work on some background. How are we doing? I hear edges coming out in something comic related. That'd be awesome. Would you want the man who did that to Star Wars in charge of Superman, Black Lightning, John Stewart, Shutter? No. No, I mean, you gotta remember, one, I am, first and foremost, I grew up on Star Trek. And while I'm in the oddball range that I'm not really 100% mad about what he did. I mean, for me, it wasn't as bad as most people will paint it out. You know, I'm just going to play off on this. Same thing. Because I know everyone hated the J.J. Abrams Star Trek, all that jazz. But you know what? It got Leonard Nimoy's approval. That's good enough for me. I was hoping for road booty. And I totally would have. But like I said in there, trust me, Rogue will wind up getting drawn at some point. Because she is one of those ones that is going to get framed and wind up on my wall. And Megatron. Nice to have the chat so active. It was JJ who brought Ta-Nehisi Coates to Superman. Put that as a character examination and the show, and as a history of ruining franchises. It's true. Okay, what do we got here? Edge. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, Edge was a fun character. I liked him. Also, Canadian boy, so. Glad you found something to paint. I know it can be hard sometimes. I know. But that was the one thing. That was the good thing that did come out of this. As much as I'm not sure if I'm going to do the vote in that style again, it was at least helpful in finding a whole bunch of stuff that really got people excited. I mean, TJ, who is somebody that is becoming, is definitely a friend. He got really excited about Beyblade. I was dropping it on an almost daily basis, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'll do up some Beyblade next week. Like, I admit, I was tempted on just doing up some Beyblade because of how excited he was. There was that voice in the back of my head, though. It wasn't a 90s cartoon. I'm trying to get something planned for Christmas. Not going to do the same thing I did last year with the Batman villains. I'm thinking about doing 1 or 2 Transformer Christmas themed pieces. Do they have like a Transformer Christmas thing? So at this point, I'm kind of picturing like a Christmas tree turning into a Transformer, which is hilarious in my head. Very hard indeed to find something to put on paper. Paper, writing, sculpting, animation all requires a kind of creative focus and energy. That's one of the things I find absolutely fascinating about Maki is he seems to just have that endless supply of inspiration. I don't think I've ever known, in the time I've been drawing with him and hanging out with him online, I've never known him to have that that artist block that so many of us struggle with. Yeah, I just like the simple background. Should I be doing in squares? Probably. I thought Force Awakens was a good start. Force Awakens was a good start. Except for that Han Solo Seth thing now. He did a Star Trek before he did a Star Wars as a history. I liked one of the JJ Star Trek ones. I liked 1 and 2. You know? I know it's supposed to be white, but I don't want to wait. I liked the first and second one. The third one, I admit, I struggled with. It just seemed a little too out there. Move that out of the way. I'll bring in some of these. While I wait for that to dry, let's catch up with the chat. Honestly, I don't think I can, because I see saying that, fans blaming the Snyder. Honestly, I don't think there's any one director, producer, whatever you want to call them, that is outside of what happened over the past couple of weeks, that is generally fan splitting. I think it's the fans themselves, because right now there are 2 very strong factions in any fandom, and it's really dominated very popularly or even more problematic because of our community, our YouTube community. YouTube, it's no secret, really encourages trash talk. It encourages the clickbait, I hate this is why you shouldn't watch this movie because it's full of SJWs and it's re this and re that. Like, I heard re so much that there is part of me that still doesn't believe Ironheart's real name is Riri Williams. The amount of times I would sit there as whenever, Maki or somebody brought her up, I was like, okay, but what's her name? What's her real name? And then you have those that just want to enjoy it. We're tired of everything being awful. Why does everything have to be either, if it's not a blockbuster, mind-blowing blockbuster, change your life when you watch it type movie? Why is it automatically trash? Why can't something just be okay? And that's really where I am at this point. That's where I've been for a while now. I'm okay with things just being okay. Did a better or worse job, J.J. Abrams or Rian Johnson. Whoever started that one off. Whoever started off the sequel trilogy. That one, The Force Awakens, that one showed promise. I haven't seen The Last Jedi yet. I did watch The Rise of Skywalker, and that thing was it was a giant clip show. It was the best of Steven Spielberg and George Lucas all mashed together. Literally, I was going through that and going, that's from the Goonies, that's from Indiana Jones, that's from Lord of the Rings. It's all iconic scenes, just done with a Star Wars face. And I thought the movie was because it was just so cheesy. I mean, I like Sharknado and that kind of stuff, so cheesy doesn't bother me. I thought Force Awakens was even worse than The Last Jedi, none of which happened in the movie. Whatever happened under Lucas. I guess the Cybertron equivalent to Christmas would be like Primus Day or something, because he was the creator of the Cybertronian race. I like that. It's really horrible to me, but Johnson does still try to antagonize him. And that's where I'm having a problem with Gunn at this point. Is he's picking fights on Twitter. He should be working on his stuff. Stop picking fights on Twitter. This has inspired me to do some creative work. I will lurk. Actually, if you're still lurking, Trap, I'll throw it out there, even though I know I did see that you generally like to go silent towards the latter half of December, and I get it. I have an early January birthday, and I'm never happy around my birthday either. But I've been wanting for a bit now to throw it at you of, like, maybe you and Trick and Maki and a bunch of us, like maybe Megatron or whatever, get together and do an online, like, kind of celebrate thickness, all of us that appreciate the thick, we celebrate and just thickness. I don't see a trilogy. Scrolling. How about it? I'm over here changing my drawings in Photoshop myself. The fact that you can do that is just fascinating. Yeah, people still watch, even the complete people. And that's the funny part. The same people that are running around saying, "Oh, boycott this, boycott that," boycott this movie. They don't respect the fans. When the movie comes out, they're one of the first ones to put their review out. Good boycotting there. That's actually Twitter, but yes, people got too rough. It's Twitter and YouTube, The whole thing with Masters of the Universe, oh my god. When people are running around going, "Oh, she has short hair, she looks like a man." That posted earlier that year that I cut my hair off. So yeah, me feeling a little. That one did hit. Those comments did hit close to home. Totally disagree with all those folks. I don't require any blockbuster. I just want stuff to be respect source material and observe the rules of its own universe. Absolutely. I love cheesy B movies. My mom and I, we would go out back in, of course, the Blockbuster, and even a bit before that, we would go out and we would track down the cheesiest possible horror movie we could find. And that was our Friday night. And honestly, I love it. Good Throne Battle was cool, really. And I don't know anything Star Wars. I'd love to get together and celebrate the Eclipse concept. Absolutely. I will have to be the go-between because he's not on Instagram and you're not on Twitter. But absolutely, that would be a delight to do. And even in minds of being after the holidays, I just wanted to play on the whole idea of thickness, you know? All I want is Hokey Wood to do. I don't want their bring the story to life is all I want Hokey Wood to do. I don't want their point of view or their take on characters, because that's how we get Ezra Miller as the Flash and not Alan Ritchson as Aquaman. You know what? I do like, to a point, I do like Ezra as the Flash. It's the stuff he does off screen that I'm not as in love with. Ray gets more grief than she deserves sometimes, the way she's presented. Absolutely. And I have my own theory on that, which a lot of people don't like. I really want them to stop doing female-focused movies where a female is the lead character. I really want them to stop doing it for a while. Because the moment, it doesn't matter what the script is actually about. The moment most people see it's female, I don't know if it's they're hearing Kathleen Kennedy in their head or whatever, Elizabeth Banks and her absolute trash take after nobody saw Charlie's Angels. The female movies get more hate than I think they really deserve a lot of the times. I mean, are they badly written? Sometimes, yeah. But they're not as bad as people are making it out to be. And I don't understand that. Like I have said a number of times, the term MCU and DCU, God, it sets my teeth on edge. Because I was that female in the comic book shop before being a comic book fan was popular. Getting told that, oh, no, you don't belong here. Or you're only in here because, you think the characters are cute. Like, you're not a real fan. God, I hated that. Still do. Because you still get it. I still get it. I mean, anyone who's been on Twitter for any length of time, you see Alora, OG Star Wars. She gets heat about Star Wars all the time that no one else, no guys do. And it's not right. know who it was I said the other day, but to be a comics fan or a Star Wars fan or whatever fan, you don't need a pull tab, if you get what I'm going at. Those rare moments actually outline this stuff. Yeah, boycott stuff, they don't work. Particularly when people who are saying boycott don't boycott. Literally in better shape. Reacher. Then he wasn't Aquaman. Tamaka. Alan Richardson, I guess. Masters of the Universe stuff wasn't about short hair. I know some cuckoo said that, but it was inaccurate. That's what everyone was focusing on, though. And that's what me absolutely being completely baffled about it. Because I'm sitting there going, is this... You guys are freaking out about hair. You know? It's a hairstyle. Some cuckoo said that wasn't inaccurate. The issues were entirely different. Like I was sitting there. I was going, okay, what is this really about? Because this is hair. It's hair. Why is it automatically trash just because of a hairstyle? I hate Ezra's the Flash. Barry Allen doesn't look or act anything like Egger's portrayal. Flash isn't comic relief. I never thought Aquaman was either. That's fair. I mean, his version in the Justice League versus Zack Snyder's Justice League, night and day. But yeah, he is still kind of jokey. Even then. Like, Barry is the heart of the Justice League. Okay, let me clean up these points here. That is nerve-wracking. Let me see. The game for proof of my love of thick. My first two inspirations, Jessica Rabbit, absolutely. Love her. And then Rogue, especially that episode of X-Men. Yeah. That is the exact picture that Megatron posted earlier this week with the hopes of that I'll draw. And of course, when I finally draw Rogue, it is definitely going to be the 90s inspired. Because that I hate the Fox version. That I don't even remember the actress's name. I hate her so much. And I don't hate the actress itself. It's just she was that damsel in distress thing. I have a particular hate on that, particularly for the strong female characters that I absolutely love. Okay. Because this is a background, I just want to do this really light. Skipping if necessary. Letting things skip. Just get the definition. And the baseboards. Yep. Happy with that. Water bottle's gonna need to move up. Honestly, I still haven't figured out what I do with this stuff afterwards. I just got a pile of it. But I am happy with that. Okay, where are we going? Yeah, I know the one. Elizabeth Banks Spider still he takes as a good director. Yeah. Hi, JT. If she would just make fun movies again, she would be fine. For example, she directed Cooking Bear, and I want to see it. I want to see it too, and it's the fact it's caught so many people off guard, and even what's even better is the fact most people don't know it's based off of a true story. And if that one really gets popular, it opens up the possibility for so many. Because I love y'all, love you Americans. You guys get up to some wild shit. I mean, just think about the Florida Man Chronicles alone. That would be just absolutely fun to delve into. Take these real stories of stuff that really happened down there and make them into cheesy B movies. That'd be absolutely blast. Passing through, out and about doing errands. Thank you, JT. Might need to get a mini Christmas tree. I've got a mini Christmas tree. I just need to get ornaments for it. Little put around your transform. Oh my god, yes. No, I know the ones you're talking about. The tiny ones. Yes, totally do it. Trouble is in female lead movies how females are being treated in those movies. Honestly, I think at this point, it's a combination of it. Like at one point, yes, they weren't they aren't treated very, very well. But at this point, even if they put something out that actually is pretty good or pretty respectful for females, it's being overreacted to. It wasn't hair, it was the derision of the characters, the lead. Trying not to cough. has that hair and Arcane was still good. Tila was not treated like that in the Masters of the Universe. See, I think the way I look at it is most people saw that and were just expecting it to be He-Man focused. And when it wasn't, that was such a shock for people that some, I guess, really couldn't come back from. Yeah. I still need to redeem mode from last time I drew on the stream. And the biggest problem of all this is Kevin Feige himself publicly stating that he would replace male heroes with female ones. Yep. Face weren't actually a fake, like fake feminists. Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely describe it for life. Thank you, Trap. Oh god, I'm able to make this in here. Make you draw this live. Thank you so much. Oh, I forgot I had him on the desk. It's my daughter's. She is absolutely obsessed with him. We even got a plushie, which she has taken the American Girl doll clothes and proceeded to turn that into a wardrobe for. It's absolutely funny. I thought cocaine bears were polar bears. Nope. I was even joking in one of the chats about that. Half joking. I would love to see a sequel to Cocaine Bear, a Christmas sequel, where it's a polar bear that gets coked up and lets loose on Santa and the elves. I'd love to see that. Hi, Taladia. I hope I said that right. Yeah. No, I know it's not. I know it happened, but not how the movie tells it. It was like 5 minutes. Still, the fact that they took this idea and ran with it is beautiful. Florida Man made into a pretty funny comic by one of the fellows responsible for the Punisher. Yes. They keep using Sarah Connor and Ripley. I can't say for certain they would not get the same treatment. Yes. Right now, even if they put it out exactly as is, it would. Honestly, I am convinced it would get the same hate. Even if you put it out script word for word. Because it was such females forced down your throat type situation. And most of the time it was, yes, replacing male characters. It was both male and females were getting shoddy script treatment. That it just became just this is how, God, I hope I'm making any sense. Male, yeah. I lost it. I lost my train of thought. I hate it when that happens. I can't say for certain that these would not get the same treatment if released today. And that's it. Problem is they don't put out the stuff that actually respects the female heroes. The Revelation was literally marketed to be He-Man focused, and they derided all the characters. Actually, I will disagree. I don't think they derided all the characters. I think they really did a good job. They showed up. They turned a lot of what was really joke characters and showed some real respect to them. I mean, Oracle alone, they did really right by Oracle. Merman. The characters that weren't He-Man, that were just side characters that got very few interactions, and nobody really cared about them because the show was all about He-Man. I watched it as a kid, you know. They took these joke characters and they showed some real respect to them. And I actually really appreciated that. They could have written He-Man better. But in the second half, I really liked how they did some things. Like, they showed what happened if he used the power without the sword. I liked that. I don't even know if that was ever a fan speculation, but that was fun. That was fun to watch. Keep that idea and start making panels to tell that story. You will have Cocaine Bear versus Bad Santa. Yeah. Trap, if you want to run with it, go for it. Cocaine Bear, Crack Panda, Meth Gator, Angel Dust Eagle, Weed Hound. No, they didn't have good intentions towards it. That being said, I still enjoyed it. Because this was a lot better than any childhood drawings, like childhood cartoons that we had seen in a while that have been brought back. I mean, hello, She-Ra. I don't know. I try to see the good in everything, and I don't know if that sets me apart. Yeah, I always wanted Polka Dot Man and Condiment Man to be taken seriously, but that's just me. I will give Gunn that. When I was sitting in that fandom and they showed Polka Dot Man as part of the lineup for Suicide Squad, I'm like, really? Polka Dot Man? You're kidding me. But he actually showed Polka Dot Man pretty decently. I'd be curious about his Condiment Man as well. See how he would take that. But right now, show us some faith. Focus on the Trinity. Then build out your world from there. Yeah, I want to see Mr. Terrific. I want to see Lobo. I definitely want to see Keanu Reeves come back as Constantine. But you gotta have your base there. I don't begrudge you for looking for the good in it ever. I can't find it because the intention of the people behind it weighs too much. Just like Stevenson with She-Ra, never expected She-Ra. Yeah. And I read Jennifer Lawrence's tweet. It would help if some celebs would be more clear when they can be easily disproven just as fuel to the fire. Yes. I don't even know where she was going with that. Gunn hates Condiment Man, so don't expect him to show up. I like Condiment Man too, I just don't really... at this point, I want to trust Gunn. I was sitting there in Celebduel's chat when the announcement came through, and there were people doing the virtual tomato throwing over. I'm like, these guys, they're just the messengers. But let's see what he has to do. This guy has already shown he knows comics. I have faith in that. When this man can pull out characters that I have to research, that's impressive. Just maybe ease up on the dick and fart jokes. But at this point, I think we're at a good point. I am done with this. It is fully dry, inked up. I'm gonna go grab myself a bite to eat. And if you guys want to catch me, I will tomorrow, of course, be on with Makni Draws on his channel. I believe that's at 2 Eastern. The hours, the time has changed for December, and I can never keep it in my head. Yeah. I know he told not to read Peacemaker. Yeah, Gunn gives me weird vibes. Gunn is a bit of a weirdo. I'm trying to have faith in him with his knowledge base. It's one of those trying to separate the thing. Oh, Taladia will be having Mikey on tomorrow. Awesome. What time? If I am free, I will catch that. If not, replay crew. And shout out for those who are catching this on the replay as well. Keep your eyes out. I will be having both this and God, what was it last week? I still have another short to make, but the bite size of this will be coming. 7 p.m. Eastern. Oh yeah, I should be able to catch some of that. So, much love. Catch y'all later. Oh, Jojo Rabbit, I'm not going there. Someone recommended that one to me. I'm just saying, yeah. Much love. Catch y'all later.